Good morning. Sending some warm positive vibrations. Shout out to all my early risers. Actually, this morning I woke up extremely early and I decided to let myself sleep, which is something I normally never do, but it's important to listen to your body tempo. So we're going to be consistent with these 30 days of intentional relaxation. So yesterday we focused on the mantra of light heart with banana, right? And finding something that makes you feel light at heart and brings a smile to your face um, automatically. And so today, again, if you have yoga blocks, I have different yoga blocks, you can feel free to sit on one. If your hips are very, very tight, I'm going to sit on this yoga block to give my hip some height. And also to help my spine stay nice and tall. So you can find any position that's comfortable for you, but it is really important. It does make a difference. You sit up with a straight spine because it allows blood flow and oxygen to the brain. Also, there's an energetics to our language, right, and our body posture. It actually affects us, our emotions, right, and the emotions set up and drive our subconscious, closely related to our subconscious, as well as driving our actions, right? So, one of the areas that I work a lot with is the connection to energy consumption, in particular in coaching with food and fitness, but there are all types of things that we're consuming that we just may not be really present to. We're almost like, not almost, pretty much mostly on automatic pilot. So just freshly woken up from sleep part two. So it's really interesting to just let myself uh, lie there as a person that likes to get up and to drive and to listen to hear if I have any internal judgments, right? The internal dialogue around shame about rest. Isn't it interesting? So it can be really something to listen to our internal dialogue. And so, again, it's one of the reasons why I really enjoy the early morning or the early part of the day because you can hear your own intelligence, which doesn't need a middleman or middle woman. So last night, I don't do it often, but last night it was really chilly. So I have on my, you know, my old shirt that I got from my sister that is super comfortable. And one of my favorite things to put on my hair in the garden, which I need to wear more often. And I got on one of my nice tie-dye scarves. So, I do share on this channel about radical self-acceptance. And one of my previous recent videos, um, I shared how I neaten my hair without gel, right? Because, again, not to say that we can't play. Of course, you can play and do whatever you want. But I love being very simple and minimalistic in my self care. So basically, I can free up a lot of headspace and actual time to go play and do other things. So I do have very fine hair. So, and look, here's one of mine. Maybe I'll do something on people are interested on simple things I do for hair accessories. So things have to be not painful because pain and carrying extra physical weight and extra mental weight is a distraction. It takes a lot of time. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to wake up and go, right? Instead of fussing at your hair, which sometimes is Afro women, we can wake up and immediately go to the judgments on ourselves with our hair. Isn't that kind of, if you think about it, I think that's kind of bananas. But in any event, not to have oil on my pillows and on the wall and around me. Some people may think that's a light thing, but as somebody that had Jerry curls back in the day, that's a big thing. It makes you very self-conscious and makes you have to do a lot of cleaning. So in any event, today's intentional relaxation, we're just going to focus again on the breath. And you're welcome to join. This is an experiment to see, does it make a difference? Can it make a difference? If we just take anywhere 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes max to be very intentional around relaxation. And if you can hold on to that state or that feeling of relaxing into your own breath, no big production, no labels necessary. Today, I invite you to just see if you can dial in during the day and notice once you start talking to a whole bunch of people, and once you start turning on the news, and just other things start coming into your psyche through your orifice of your eyes and your ears. If you can notice a change in your breathing rate and your posture and your level of irritation, um, you may notice that you're not able to hold on to your calm. So this is really like an introspection. No middleman needed, no religion is needed here. Just to dial into your onboard intelligence and see if intentional relaxation makes a difference. So today we're just going to focus on the breath. Again, you can sit in any posture that is comfortable for you, in particular one that allows you to sit upright. So just notice the shoulders are round, down, and back, right? So the chest and the heart is nice and open, and my head is not curled in. It's not back, it's nice and straight. This part of my skull is in alignment with my spine. So it is chilly. I have my tall glass of, this is actually a really nice filter. I'll talk about my filter later, but so nice, warm lemon water with some Jamaican lime. Sometimes I'll just drink warm water, and being so chilly, chewing on fresh gingers, right? So these are habits of self-care. Ah, and warm things can be very calming too. All right, so we're simply going to dial into the breath. You can keep your eyes open, closed, any position that feels comfortable for you, as long as you're able to remain upright. Mm. So just a short relaxation. So another part of relaxation is contemplation. And in contemplation, you ask a question of your own onboard divine innate intelligence, and you allow the answer to come to you. It may not be now, maybe later as you're moving um, about the course of the day. So, like if there's a problem or something that you're working on, something you feel really challenged with, let's say it's your temper, um, overeating, or not being very mindful of the amounts that you're taking in. Um, if you may have a fibroid, a tumor, a growth, something that you're working with, you can ask questions of your own intelligence. We are born with an onboard intelligence. It does not require us to have to a religion. This is also reminds me of why it's so important to get up early, because when everybody starts moving around, sometimes your personal movement practice, um, can get interrupted a bit. So, um, greetings. I'm going to call you back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is another reason why it's so wonderful to get up in the wee hours. Also, you can get a chance to see the sun come up. And it's, oh my gosh, these are things that we can do that are so refreshing to your mood. You may be feeling like you're stuck when it comes to carrying additional adipose tissue or weight on your body temple, which is usually just a symptom of how we're processing stress. You may be feel stuck in how you're processing your solutions financially or in your relationships, but just things that are looping habitually, that when we're triggered, we keep responding on automatic pilot. So how do we interrupt that? So that could be a great question. How, do I interrupt? You can choose a pattern that you may know within yourself without condemning yourself. A pattern. How do I interrupt this pattern? And you can take a couple more minutes if you like of contemplation and relaxation. And if you like, you can take and you can write in your journal. So here is one of my journals. I love journaling. And this one is lots of space for you to color and doodle and write all kinds of things in it. And it's I like journals that are colorful. After you relax intentionally and you ask a question, it's a wonderful time to write what comes up for you. And it could just be, one or two sentences can make a big difference in your moods. So I'd be really interested to see if you should decide to join me on these 30 days of intentional relaxation. If you notice a difference in your mood or your outlook. So I have definitely found that certain self-care practices, right? Love is a verb, right? That means there are actions attached to it. That there are definitely things that I've turned to. As my godmother said, she used to tell me, never leave your spiritual practices because they will never leave you. So if that's, not if, that for me is eating healthfully, cleaning my environment and soothing myself after I cleanse with oils, just really self-care. Those are things I do on a daily basis, as well as the relaxation. I can go into periods of doing it and not doing it, but the more I build things into a habit, these things, they never leave you. They support you all the time, and they're independent of other people. I invite you to look around at your circle of influence. Bananas in my circle of influence. But to look at your circle of influence and see if you are allowing yourself to um, be fed, and also if you're reciprocal in your relationships in terms of encouragement and self-care activities. But again, these are things you can do independently on your own to make yourself feel better. It affects your blood chemistry. It will likely, curious to see if it affects your awareness around your consumption. So I prefer peaceful consumption for my own brain and body and organs, and I like to extend it out. Okay, said I was only 15 minutes. So I'm inviting y'all to create a great day. If you find value on the channel, feel free to share this video with someone else. Create a great day on purpose because you said so. Don't let nobody steal your joy.